Hi guys, good and welcome back to my channel. My name is Enlarged and I film content on motherhood, entertainment, lifestyle and side hustle. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe, click on the bell icon so as to be notified each time I upload a new video, and also like and share my videos, okay? Now from my thumbnail, you guys already know what this video is all about. Yes, I'm here to talk about the possible side effects of consuming unzu or edible clay or ulo or whichever one you call it. So if you are still consuming this, you are wrong, and it is doing more harm than good to you. Now I'm going to expatiate more on the side effects of consuming this edible clay. Now millions of African women have heard of unzu or edible clay or whichever. In fact, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be calling it edible clay so that everyone can follow, because not everybody knows that they call it unzu, but I'll refer to it as edible clay so that everybody can understand what I'm talking about. And I'll also be dropping the picture here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So now millions of African women have heard of edible clay, and thousands of them consume it every day or a couple of days in a week. So now, what are the dangers of eating or consuming edible clay, and can this natural product provide any useful minerals or nutrients to your body? So will it help you lose weight or not, and what is the possible side effects of consuming this edible clay? Now unzu or edible clay is nothing but a geographical material, and many people believe that consuming this chalk or clay can help you in losing weight during pregnancy. Some people believe that it helps in the treatment of diarrhea, and some people just consume it just for the pleasure of it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you guys what this edible clay contains. It contains two minerals, lead and arsenic. Exposure to lead can result in some possible effects, and a developing child in the womb is particularly at risk to the effects of damaging of the brain or the nervous system. Now arsenic, which is also found in clay, is a carcinogen, and excessive long-term exposure to it has been associated with a range of adverse health effects, including cancers of the urinary bladder, the lungs and the skin. The presence of lead in unzu interferes with the bioavailability of micronutrients, leading to micronutrient deficiency. So now let me come down to a layman's language in a way that everybody can understand. Now consuming this unzu clay or whatever you call it, like I've said, it contains lead and arsenic. Now this unzu, so many of you have heard that it can cause shortage of blood, and that is actually the real truth, because I'm talking from experience. I can't come and advise against what I don't know about. Now from experience, I mean, I used to take this particular unzu or edible clay before, and something happened to me that made me to stop it. Now for so many people, they will not actually stop something, or they will not stop a particular habit until something has happened, and I learned it the hard way. Like I learned the hard way. Now before I gave birth, I was feeling, as somebody that is losing blood, the symptoms. You'll be feeling dizzy, you'll be feeling weak. So I ran tests and I found out that I was having shortage of blood. My blood was 23 or 24% as at that time. So immediately I found out that my blood was short, I knew exactly the cause, because I had actually had blood transfusion in 2022, in September 2022. And when I had that blood transfusion, I stopped taking edible clay around that 2022. So after that, when I took in with my third child, I started craving for it again. And this edible clay has I don't know if I would say a spirit, or in fact I don't know what to call it, but it's addictive. Like, it's very, very addictive. Even if you start taking small, you want to continue taking it. like when it rains and you perceive the scent of sand in the air, you just remember uzu edible clay and you want to take it. So I started taking it again when I was pregnant with my baby, because I started craving for it. So I started taking it, and I can lick like more than 20 in a day. My husband was not even aware. So while I was taking it, my mom warned me, so many other people warned me and told me to stop, but because I was already addicted, I couldn't stop. I kept on taking it and my blood was drastically reducing. So when I found out that I was having shortage of blood again, I had to just stop it immediately. Like I stopped it first of October of last year, because I went for another blood transfusion and I took 2 pints of blood, which is now making it 4 pints of blood are taken then in my life. So I had to stop it immediately. Then I started taking my antenatal drugs, and while I was taking my antenatal drugs, I was also running blood tests to know my blood percentage. So I was taking my antenatal drugs. I made sure I was taking things that will help to build my blood, to increase my blood level, and my blood was increasing. It was going up. Then 2 weeks before I gave birth, it was 26%. A week before I gave birth, it was 30. Like it started going up. After I had recovered, after delivery and everything, 2 weeks later, I don't know where the blood went to. Like the 2 pints of blood I took, everything went down again to 20%, and I was shocked. I was like, what is going on? So, and I wasn't consuming edible clay anymore. I'm just trying to tell you guys all this because I want you guys to see the danger, the side effects of consuming clay, edible clay. And I'm sure that after this video, those that are still consuming it will not want to continue. So early this year again, I kept on taking my blood syrup. I said no, I don't want to take blood again. But since my blood was 20%, I had to go back and take 2 more pints of blood. After taking 2 more pints of blood, I started feeling, 2 weeks later, I started feeling dizzy and weak again. Like, what is really going on? I don't know. So I went to run another test, and my blood was 22%. Plus the blood capsule that I've been taking, I didn't know what was really happening to my blood. So I had to run several tests, and they said I have an enlarged spleen. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what a spleen is. A spleen is an organ in our body, and when a spleen is enlarged, it's a symptom of many different conditions, and some can be more serious than the others. So your healthcare provider will need to underline, as in we need to know the main reason why the spleen is enlarged, and your healthcare provider will need to know if you need treatment for an enlarged spleen or not. Now, if an enlarged spleen go untreated for a long time, it could lead to many possible health conditions, and it could eventually begin to malfunction. In rare cases, a severe enlarged spleen could even rupture, and it can cause internal bleeding. Now, an enlarged spleen can also be called splenomegaly. I'm going to put a picture of an enlarged spleen on this screen so that you guys will know or understand what I'm talking about. So consuming this edible clay can even cause enlarged spleen, because this spleen, it filters blood in the body and it sends it to the red blood cells. So some reasons why this spleen can be enlarged can be as a result of those edible clay that you have been consuming. Now, if this spleen have, just like when an engine or a machine is overdoing its work, now when this spleen is overdoing its work and you are still consuming this edible clay, the spleen might not be able to filter some of those debts, as in some of those clay particles that you are putting into your body, and it can cause the spleen to enlarge, and it can cause possible health conditions, which is one of the reasons why you should stop consuming this edible clay. Another side effect that it can cause is that it can cause kidney malfunction, kidney stone. Now I'm sure you all know what will happen when you have a kidney that is bad, or when even both kidneys are damaged. Now first of all, let me tell you what a kidney is, for some of you that don't know, because if you continue consuming this thing without knowing what the work of what your kidney does, my dear, you are doing more harm to yourself than good. Now kidney has many important functions, like they clean toxins and waste out of your blood. Common waste products include nitrogen waste known as urea, muscle waste which is creatinine, and also acid. They help your body remove this substance. Kidneys filter about half a cup of blood every minute. So if you keep on consuming edible clay, which contains arsenic and lead, because lead also reduces the productions of red blood cells in the body, which can cause anemia and reduce your lifespan. Now I have seen so many ladies consume this edible clay, and I don't know how to start telling all of them one after the other what I suffered or what I passed through. It's just like what I suffered during the course of pregnancy, because of this consuming this edible clay, has made me to realize that I need to educate so many people, because when they are not educated, they don't know what is going on. Like, they don't know what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. Just take it as God giving me a second chance. Like, for example, somebody died and went for judgment, and God said to you that my dear, go back and educate the world. He's giving you a second chance to go back and educate the world to stop the consumption of this edible clay. Now let's just take it that is what happened in this situation. So I'm trying to educate my sisters, my mothers out there, my fathers, those that their wives are taking it, those that their sisters are taking it, most especially young girls that are not yet married. Consumption of edible clay is not good, and it can cause more harm than good to your system. So please, if you are still consuming this, then you are wrong. Please stop it while there's still time. And also you need to be able to know your body system, to be able to most especially those that are suffering from anemia. You need to also know how to also build your blood. So thank you guys for staying with me to the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.